At number 10, we have Assorted Wildness. This manhwa is about Mungryongs whose sisters tangled in an affair with a married man, but it's not just any married man. This man's wife is the sister of a powerful mob boss. When the furious brother-in-law catches wind of the scandal, he takes Mungryong hostage, hoping to lure the star-crossed lovers out of hiding. This manhwa is one of my absolute favorites. It's hilarious. The main character is a whirlwind of chaos, completely unpredictable, wild, and out of control. You never know what outrageous move he'll make next. At number 9 is Roses and Champagne. This manhwa follows Liwen, who works as a poor lawyer in Russia. He visits city councilor Zidov, who is in conflict over Nikolai's commission, and there he meets the mafia boss, Caesar. Behind city councilor Zidov, there was a mafia involved. The meeting between the two is extraordinary. At number 8 we have Beware the Ides of March. This manhwa follows ex-convict Park Makwa wants nothing more than to keep a low profile and leave his past behind. His peaceful life as a florist is disrupted when Kim Nakwon, a corrupt cop and unapologetic hedonist, shows up. Nakwon is convinced that Makwa holds the key to solving a critical case, and he's determined to make the stoic man talk. But no matter what Nakwon tries, Makwa remains resolutely silent. As things spiral out of Nakwon's control, his obsession with Makwa only deepens. Number 7 is The Beast Must Die. After finding out his sister has been gang-raped by a secret fraternity before she committed suicide, Lee Kieran decides to catch the rapists and take revenge on them. He approaches one of the known members of the group, Kang Moo, and asks him for his cooperation. However, in order to join the fraternity and find out who led his sister to her death, he is asked to have sex with everyone in the fraternity. As time goes by, this isn't the only challenge he has to face in order to come closer to the truth. At number 7 is No Love Zone. Lee Yoon-gyeom is your typical office worker, a newbie at his workplace. He's friendly and sociable. However, when it comes to love and relationships, he has the most rotten luck. Enter Han Ji-hyuk, the handsome team manager who totally Yoon-gyeom type. But wait a second, is this demon of a manager out to get him? His arrival is about to send Yoon-gyeom through a roller coaster of emotions. At number 6 is The Pawn's Revenge. Our main character Geo is an orphan selling himself in a brothel because of his father who left behind a debt. Until one day, he gets rescued by a serial killer who kidnaps him along with his pimp. The killer, Seong Rock, is on a mission for his lover, a former prostitute plotting to turn the tables. Why he rescued Geo is unclear, but a slick-talking manhwa Ray was definitely not part of anyone's plan. Regardless, Geo is no ordinary pawn. Now that he has entered the game, he will use every trick up his sleeve or in his pants to get revenge. Number 5 is Semantic Error. Sang-woo Chu is a stickler for rules. So when his classmates rewrite on a group project, he doesn't credit them. But this prevents one senior, Jaeyoung Jang, from graduating. And like oil and water, Sang-woo and Jaeyoung don't mix. Can Sang-woo debug Jaeyoung a semantic error in his perfect life? To take an enemy's heart. After the brutal massacre of his clan by the merciless Master Aijin, young Kasan is taken as a trophy slave to fulfill his captor's darkest desires. But as time passes, Kasan falls for the very men responsible for his family's slaughter, unaware of Aijin's horrific secret. Love becomes even more complicated when Kasan discovers his brother survived the massacre and is silently plotting a bloody revenge against Aijin. This was an incredible enemies-to-lovers story, and I really enjoyed watching the characters grow together as they work to break the cycle of violence. It brought me to tears a few times and made me laugh often. In the end, I'm so grateful I had the chance to read it, and I highly recommend it. I've reread this a couple of times. At number 3 is Lost in the Cloud. Skylar, whose hobby is collecting pictures of his unrequited love, Chenille. However, he was caught by Cirrus, the head of the same class, by mistake. Skylar is good and expects that Cirrus, a good student, will keep his secret. But for some reason, it seems that Cirrus is playing in the hand. At number 2 is Checkmate. Soo-hyun never had a first love, but he did have a first hate, which was his high school rival, Yoon-sung. Yoon-sung, the golden boy who effortlessly claimed first place in everything, always left Soo-hyun in his shadow, stuck in second place. For years, Soo-hyun lived with one burning desire, to outshine Yoon-sung. But after graduation, that fire dimmed, and he settled into a dull, unremarkable life. Then one day, Soo-hyun's world is shaken when Yoon-sung appears on the new embroiled in a scandal. Far from the perfect, composed figure Soo-hyun remembers. Suddenly, that old spark reignites in Soo-hyun's chest. He has to see this fallen star with his own eyes. Driven by this obsession, Soo-hyun dives back into the fray as a reporter, tracking down Yoonsung and coaxing him into a shocking, outrageous deal that neither of them could have imagined. Finally, at number 1 is frenemies. Yeo Haeon and Baek Rigan have been at odds from the moment they first crossed paths. For years, they danced on the fine line between enemies and friends, blind to the deeper feelings that were slowly taking root. But just as they begin to realize how much they truly mean to each other, fate conspires to tear them apart. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more recommendations. Let me know if you prefer me including my review in the video or not.